Alright, hello world, welcome to my first stream on my YouTube channel where I'm creating my own digital assistant named Shane, like Jarvis from the Iron Man movies and comics. So it looks like I am by myself for right now, and so that's okay. And so for all those who subscribe to my YouTube channel, this will just be a normal Python programming video. And for quite a while, we built a Dividend app together, but it was on my old laptop, and the laptop's hard drive was corrupted recently. And that was before I had a chance to put all my old projects into my new computer. So we're going to build this Dividend app together on live stream. And just in case you're a professional Python programmer, just know that I'm a novice self-taught person, so I might not know everything, so please be respectful in chat. But if you have tips for me, then please post them in here and we'll get started now. So one of the things I wanted to do was create a Dividend app that tracks all the dividends that I have, the current value of my portfolio, and tells me the next dividend date. So I'm always tracking the next dividend, because my plans are, if I retire early like I want and I need to survive off those dividends, then I will need to know when the next dividend payment is. So that's the goal here. Another goal is to get the estimated amount of dividends for the whole year, which I can pass to my tax program that I have, and then I'll always know what the tax impact is for all of my estimated dividends. So let's begin now. So we're going to start off by importing yahoo-fin. So we'll go up here, we're in PyCharm, go to settings, and then go to your project right here, Python interpreter. Go ahead and click this. All right, it says there are no. All right, here we go. Let's use, I believe, this one. Okay, and then let's try yahoo-fin, and then install package. And unlike a normal YouTube video where I would just cut, we're going to have to wait until this installs together. But yahoo-fin is a popular stock library that you get from Python, from Yahoo Finance. It's kind of ubiquitous on YouTube when you watch Python programming videos. They use yahoo-fin a lot, and so that's what we're going to use. So the first thing we're going to do is import this yahoo-fin, or import. Oh, I think it's because my interpreter is not set up correctly. So let's go to File, Interpreter. Oh, I should be in here. Let's go back to yahoo-fin. Install package. Let's try this again. Import. Here it goes. Yahoo-fin. And the first thing we're going to start off is we're just going to do an experiment on one stock. So let's go symbol equals, let's do Apple. Okay, so that will be the first one. And then the first thing we need to do is get the ticker from it, the data. So data equals ticker. No. All right, so we will need so let's Google the yahoo-fin library real quick in PyPy. All right, so it is yf.ticker, and let's keep this open, and actually let's get our chat GPT up. All right, so we are going to do the yf.ticker, and then we're going to pass it this symbol. Import yahoo-fin as yf. There we go. And now we're going to print data to see if it's successful. And I'm just going to right click and run dividend tracker. And we got that, so that seems to work. So another thing that you should do is, now we can go data and go info, I believe. Info. Nope, that's not it. So go Y Finance, go back to Pi. And then we go to, okay, so data equals symbol.info. So let's go, here we go, let's go data, no, let's go info equals data.info. And now we can print the info. There we go. And we got a JSON with all the information that's available to us. And so now while we have that, let's do something else. It looks like we have a couple people who have joined. So if you're just joining, I am building my own Dividend app together on our stream. And I had a hard drive, my laptop hard drive got corrupted, and so we are building it together on my first stream. So we're using Y Finance right now, so let me import JSON. And let's get rid of this. And let's go JSON string equals JSON.dumps. Pass it the info, and let's do indent equals 4. Now let's print the JSON string and see what kind of data we get. All right, so we have quite a bit of data here. So this is all the basic information about Apple. This is all the information that's available to you, which is kind of nice. And that is a lot of information, but we just want the current price, and I forgot which one it exactly was. So it has a bunch of great financial ratios, which we'll use probably later. But let's go back up, and I think it's the regular previous close. I mean, the market is closed right now, so that one would be okay to use. But I thought there was a current price. I guess not. So the best one to use, in my opinion, would be the I'm not sure which one we should use. But for now, let's just use the previous close right here. Well, actually, let's see if the... No, see, this gives us all the date. If we want like a date range, historical market data, I just want the current price right now. Okay, so we'll just use the regular, or we'll use the previous close. So let's say current price equals info, and then we'll go regular market previous close. And I still think there is a better, okay, there it is, current price. So current price. And then I also saw dividend as well. Dividend. Oh, there it is. And we need the dividend rate as well. So let's go dividend rate equals info. And then, oh, it's lowercase. Dividend rate. All right, let's print both of those to see what it is. Print dividend rate. Let's get rid of this. We don't need the JSON anymore. All right, 230.54, and the yield is $1 basically. So let's go to Apple stock price, 230.54. The dividend yield is 0.43. I imagine if we did the math, I don't know if it's going to be exact, but yeah, so basically $1. All right, so now that we have both of those, that's a good start. But we have quite a bit of stocks in our portfolio. So here is an imaginary portfolio. None of these stocks are recommendations. This is just the stocks that I may or may not have held at one time. I put the share count as 1 because I'm not going to show how many shares of these if I did have any of these stocks. And for this, some of these are stocks and some of these are mutual funds. And so we'll see why that's important shortly. And so what we're going to want to do is read this Excel and go through each of them. And so since we're going to have many symbols, what we're going to do is put this in a function. So let's go def get current value or get current data. Let's do that. And we're going to pass it the symbol. And then we will move it like that. And instead of printing it, let's say return current price and dividend rate. All right, now it's yelling at me because it wants to go down. And let me just expand the view. Let's see if we can increase the font size a little bit. So appearance, let's see, is there font? I don't know if that's hard to read for anyone. Increase font size in all editors. Let's do that again. Looks like somebody joined. This is my first stream and we're building a Dividend app, or we're rebuilding the Dividend app. So let's go back to view, increase font size one more time. That should be better for the viewers. All right, so now we have a way to get a current price and a dividend rate for every stock in our portfolio. But that's just for one symbol. So what we're gonna wanna do now is go through each one of these stock symbols right here and get this information. So what we're going to do is set up a data frame. So we are going to import pandas as PD. And then we're going to create our data frame. So data frame equals pd.read, nope, just read, underscore Excel. And then we are going to pass it the what's it called, the location of this. So go to the file that you want, show more options, properties, and then go ahead and copy. So coming back here, let's paste that. Now you have to reverse the slashes. All right, and then my file is called incometracker.xlxs, and then the sheet name that we specifically want to focus on is this one right here, shares held. So let's go shares held. All right, so now we have a data frame. A data frame is storage values that you can use. You use pandas to store all the data, and this is how we can manipulate it using Python. So the next thing we want to do is we want to iterate through our data frame each row that has the stock symbol and amount. So let's go 2 spaces, so 1, 2, all right. So we're gonna do for index row in df.iter rows. There we go. So for every index and row in that Excel, we are going to define this symbol as row, and then you pass it symbol. I believe I have capitalized it. Let me just check real quick. Yes, it is symbol, okay? And then we're going to do share count. Share count equals, and now we want to make it a float because in real life you'll have 1.66 shares or something like that, and we want to be able to get a more accurate picture. So row, and then you pass it amount, and let me just make sure I capitalized it. Okay. So for every row in this file, so what are we going to do now? We're going to get the current value. So let's go current value and the dividend amount equals get current data, and now it's going to pass the symbol. So we pass it the symbol. All right, and now let's print. How are we going to do this? Let's print the symbol and the current value and the dividend amount. Now this is going to be all jumbled together. So let's actually do like this. Oh no, because those are numbers. So this isn't going to work. But let's try it. I think we're going to get an error that says, well, let's get the error so we can see what we're doing right now, because I want to talk about one of the errors we're going to get. Okay, so no such file as income tracker.xlx. So it didn't even find my dividend tracker. So let's go off of there. That's the location. Oh, it's an XLS file. Okay, let's try this again. All right, it is not reading it because it's an XLS file. I don't think we've had that problem before. Looks like somebody joined. We are creating a dividend app, or we are rebuilding a dividend app that I lost with my old hard drive. And right now I am troubleshooting an error. So let me save this as a good folder. So let's do desktop, and let's make this a real XLSX file. So save. Let's exit out of that, and now let's try it one more time. All right. right, now it's yelling at me. So let's try to add a new library by adding OpenPyXL right here. Install that package. Okay, give it a couple seconds to discover an update, and let's run it. There we go. And we should get an error soon. There we go. So the first error it ran into was, let me reopen up the Excel, is I'm assuming this one right here, coin. So if we go here, okay, so CHRW, that was the last stock. So it looks like we have some more people. Welcome. We're rebuilding a Dividend app that I lost when my laptop crashed. And so right now we are troubleshooting some errors when we tested some code. So CHRW, and then it got to coin. Coin is the stock Coinbase, and it does not have a dividend. All right. And so what we need to do is go back to our function right here, and we're going to do a try and accept. So let's do this, try, all right, and then go accept key error. And then if we get it, we can print something like print error with this symbol. That way we can troubleshoot it, or we can just pass. So let's do that. Let's just pass. That's not good coding, but it'll help us with this because I already expected that. And we should get another error when we get to the mutual funds. Oh, let me close it and reopen it. All right, so it got to unbound local error. Oh, so we can't get the dividend rate when we do this. So, that kind of stinks. Well, let's take out the dividend rate right now. So let's go get rid of the dividend rate. Get rid of the dividend rate here, and let's just focus on the values for now. Okay, here we go. All right, so now we got to CVS. We got the current price for coin, but we're stopped at CVS. So let's open our tracker again. Oops, sorry. So CVS, so now we're running into the issue of FCTFX. Okay, that is a mutual fund. So is this one, and so is that one. I have Fidelity, and these are Fidelity mutual funds. So let's close that. I'm going to open this old one so we don't run into those errors. So let's blank out this for now. And let's make the symbol FCTFX. Let's blank this out here. And let's see what's going on here. So data equals YF ticker, symbol info equals data.info. And now let's print the info. And let's see what's going on with this mutual fund. Oh, I am in it again. So I believe this is the old one. So I should be able to be in this one and run the program. Yep, perfect. Okay, so we got a JSON. This is for the mutual funds. So it looks like we got some people joining again. This is me rebuilding my Dividend app since my laptop hard drive broke. So this is my first stream. So thanks for joining. And so, okay, so let's run this again, the JSON of this. So let's do import JSON. I already have that. So JSON underscore string equals JSON.dumps. And then let's pass it info and indent equals 4. And now let's print the JSON string. Okay, so now we have new data. So much less data that's available than a traditional stock. However, we still have some pretty good data which we can use. So this is a California mutual fund. The dividends are, and the interest is exempt from taxes, which is nice. And the way the dividends, if you will, or interest works on mutual funds, or the current value, is that you're always a day behind, right? The previous close is usually what you consider the amount of, I guess, the net asset value is what it's called, to get nerdy. And so we also have the last dividend value. So I'm going to write that down. I might need that. Last dividend value. But for now, we are going to use this regular market previous close. Okay. So now in our, so let's uncomment this. So now if we get this key error here on just getting the current price, we are going to say the current price equals info. And we're going to do, I'm just going to use previous close. Previous close. All right. So let's hide all this for now and go back to our iteration here. And now let's see what happens when we come to those mutual funds. So run the dividend tracker. There we go, no errors. And now we have all of this data that we can, on all of the stocks that we need on this Excel sheet right here. So that's fantastic. But that is just the current value of one stock, which makes sense in this exercise because we only have one stock on this that I'm showing you. But in reality, we would have more than one stock. So that's what we're going to use this share count for. So I'm going to put, let's change this current value to, current price is fine, even though we have it above. Welcome to whoever just joined. I am rebuilding my Dividend app since my laptop hard drive closed or crashed or broke. And so that's what this first stream is, of me rebuilding my Dividend app from scratch. I hope you stay tuned and continue watching. All right, so now the current price. So now we're going to take the current value equals the current price times share count. All right, so let's try Apple. So let's make this, or this is the wrong one right here. But either way, let's just try it without this. So let's go run dividend tracker again. All right, so those numbers are still correct. So even though we added some extra code here. So that is great. And now we can add this to our data frame. So how we do that is we're going to do df.at index. And then let's go current value equals current value. Okay. And then now let's print this statement. And now once we're out of this foreign index loop, we are going to do print df. And now we'll see the whole data frame all together. All right, so this is what our new data frame. It hasn't messed with the Excel sheet yet. We haven't saved it. But now we have all the symbols, right? This is the index right here. So the very first index is 0. That's how computer programming works. And just like the Excel sheet, this is our first symbol. We have one share of each, and the current value is the total of this. So that is perfect. So now at the end of this, we can now sum up this whole thing. So total current value equals data frame, and then what did we call it? Current value. So current value, and then we can just do dot sum. And now it's going to sum this up, and we should know how much our total portfolio is if, oh, we didn't tell it to print total current value. Welcome to whoever just joined. I am rebuilding my Dividend app after my laptop hard drive crashed. I hope you continue watching. And there we go. That is the total current value of all the stocks in this Excel, getting the current value using Y-Finance. Again, assuming we only have one share of each stock. All right. So that is step 1. The next step we're going to do is we are going to get the dividend rate for each one. So let's do get the dividend. Let's just call it get dividend. Again, we're going to need the symbol right here. Actually, let's practice it outside of a function. So let's blank out all of this. Let's undo all of this right here for testing. Let's go Apple back. And let's reprint the JSON string again. All right, so here we go, current price. So I just pressed Control F in the console. I click down here. Dividend. Okay, so we have the last dividend value here, and then the last dividend date. So what else do we have? So the dividend rate is 1. So that's $1. And then welcome to whoever just joined. I'm rebuilding a Dividend app after my laptop hard drive closed. I hope you continue watching. So the dividend rate is $1, which makes sense when we get to this last dividend value of 25, right? 25 cents. So I think it's most appropriate to use the, I think we're going to use the dividend rate. All right, so similar to this one right here, this function, we are going to get the dividend rate. But before we do that, let's look at what the mutual fund looks like again. So this time let's pick a different mutual fund, and let's go FXAIX. So let's do, FXAIX. And see what kind of dividend information we have. So again, Control F, dividend. So last dividend value. And that is all we have. All right, let's look at something that does not pay any dividend, which is GLD, which is a gold exchange traded fund. And now let's run this. Okay, and now let's search for dividend to see what kind of information this gives. All right, so now it has no information at all. All right, so let's keep that in mind. All right, so now we are going to add these different scenarios into our dividend tracker. So let's create a new function here called def get dividend and dividend, and let's pass it this symbol. Let's do try data equals yf dot ticker symbol info equals data dot info, and now let's do dividend what rate equals info dividend rate, oops, like that. And then, well, let's just see what kind of errors we get. So let's go accept key error again, and then we'll say print problem with, and then go like that symbol. Okay, so let's uncomment this out, give this another space, reopen this one right here. We can delete this since we know that works now. And now let's get the dividend rate here. So let's go dividend. You know what? We didn't return anything in this. So let's go return. There we go. So, and what we're returning is the annual dividend equals get dividend symbol. And then we don't need to print the annual dividend because we're printing here, right here. So let's see how this works. And then run dividend tracker. Oops, we reprinted this. So let's exit out of that. Let's try it again. Oh, I think it needs to go one back. Like that. And I can't spell. Did I spell that right? Return. Return dividend rate. Okay, that should work. All right, so that did not work. Get dividend. All right. Welcome everyone. I am troubleshooting my code. I am rebuilding my Dividend app after my laptop hard drive crashed. And right now I'm having difficulty with this code real quick. All right, so let's blank this out for now so we can troubleshoot. And let's redo this right here. So let's go Apple. We don't need that. Dividend rate. Let's copy this. All right, let's print the dividend rate. Okay, so I found it when we did a single stock. So it does work. So let's go back in here and come back to our get dividend. So we have the ticker, we're passing it. The dividend rate equals this info here, and then accept key error, and then say pass if there's a problem. Then we're going to return the dividend rate. Okay, so dividend, let's go annual dividend equals get dividend, pass it this symbol. Okay, so instead of getting a key error, we got an unbound local error. So that is why this isn't working. So let's switch this to unbound local error and rerun this. Okay. Now we're getting a key error. So let's go unbound local error there. And let's go accept key error, print key error space with this symbol. That way we know which symbol. All right, looks like we have 5 viewers. So for those just tuning in, I am rebuilding my Dividend app in Python after my laptop hard drive closed. All right, so now we have 2 errors that we're capturing. All right, so it is key error with coin. Oh, I didn't pass on it. There we go. After coin is Cisco. Oh, return dividend rate. So let's say dividend rate equals 0. And see if that helps us get through this. There we go. Now we successfully iterated through our dividends and we have key errors. So I don't need this unbound local error. That was part of the key error. All right, so now this one is a mutual fund. Mutual fund. This is called an exchange traded fund. It tracks the price of gold. And this is Lumen Technologies. It used to have a dividend, but it doesn't no more. Pretty upsetting because it paid a juicy dividend. So I was pretty upset about that. But either way, now we can take out this right here, this symbol, and now we can run it again. And now it'll give us, you know, 0 basically in the place of those areas now. All right, so now we can get the dividends of all of our stocks. So similar to how we did this current value, we can go, or let's call this individual dividend. And then we can say current, or let's say annual dividend, because that will be the real dividend when you times it by the share count. So individual dividend times the share count, which is just 1 in our exercises here because I'm not showing everyone all my share count. And now we do the same thing here where we go df at index, and then we're going to call it annual dividend, and then pass it the annual dividend. There, now we should have both the total value of all of our stocks that we have on this Excel and the dividend amount of all of them. So let's check that out now. So just like we did it last time, I should not have deleted it, but total current value equals df current value. Let's go dot sum, and then say total estimated dividends equals, and now we'll sum up the annual dividend columns, and then we'll print total current value and print total estimated dividends. Nope. I left this print statement here. Let's get rid of that. There we go. Now let's run this. All right, perfect. So now we have the total value of our stock portfolio right here with 1 share of all of those. And this would be the value of all the dividends for the year. So $39 for this portfolio size of 1832. So let's just do some quick maths real quick and go 39.3 divided by 1832. So your yield would be 2.1%, but this excludes the mutual fund data, which we'll tackle shortly. So there we go. That's pretty cool there. So that's kind of step 1. Now we are going to save this into an Excel sheet that we can use to create our app. So let's go file name equals, and we'll just leave the path blank. That way it just saves this into our project folder here. So dividend data. We don't have to specify a worksheet since we'll only have one for right now. So df to Excel, we pass it the file name. I think we put this to false. Okay. And then let's do that. And now no more print statements, I don't believe. we don't need this anymore. Okay. So let's run this. And now we should have a new Excel chart in our project folder with all that information. And there it is, dividend data. Let's open that and see what's in it. Dividend data. Okay, there we go. So we have the symbol, we have the share amount. This is part of the original Excel that we had. And now we have the current value for each one. And then we have the annual dividend. So this is Coinbase. It does not have a dividend, so it says 0. This is a mutual fund, so 0. And that's not exactly true because this pays out a dividend once a month. This pays, these two right here, these are total stock market and S&P 500s. They pay out, I think 4 times, but not always. Hey, what's going on, KillX Gaming? Welcome. I'm building rebuilding my Dividend app after my laptop crashed. Thanks for joining. This one right here is Lumen Technologies that we already talked about. It does not pay a dividend, unfortunately. It used to. There we go. So that is step 1 right there. Was we were able to, using this Excel sheet, automatically get the current value and the dividend data for all of them. All right. So before we I'm still kind of a beginner myself too. I rely a lot on ChatGPT and Google. So I hope my fumbling around helps you. So now before we go too far into the true nerdy stuff, I think one of the things I want to do is create the app, if you will, or the website. So that's what we're going to do now. So just right click anywhere, or no, right click in here and then new Python file. And then let's call this Dividend app here. So now we are going to, we'll still need pandas. So import pandas as PD. And then we're going to need some other libraries as well. So let's go to our interpreter and let's go to Plotly. There we go. And we're going to install that as well. And if you haven't used Plotly before, Plotly is a library that helps you build websites, but you can run it locally. Oh yeah, once this video's ended, you'll be able to watch it all. Appreciate you joining though. All right, that package is, there we go. So now we can import plotly.graph objects as go. That didn't work. So import dash. I think we have to import that as well. So let's go here, dash. So this is the one that makes the actual websites, dash. It's part of Plotly. So we need dash as well. All right, this is something special for you all because it usually doesn't install this fast. So import dash. And now I think I should be able to import the plotly.graphs. There we go. Objects as go. And then from dash, we're going to import, I think we're going to need input, not yet, HTML and DCC. Okay, so maybe not input. So let's just do HTML and DCC. Yeah, I think that's good. So coming back here, let's copy this for now. So df, so our data frame, but instead of reading that Excel, we can just now pass it dividend data. I was hoping it would find it. XLXX. And so it's going to find this one in here now, because that's what we did all of this for, was to save this file. All right, so now that we have that file, we can go, let's say the portfolio value equals, and we can just copy these two. I deleted them. That's okay. df dot, dot current value again, dot sum, and then we'll use the estimated. All right, have a good night. Coax Gaming, thanks for all the support. If you speak Hindi, can you tell me how to say goodbye? All right, so estimated dividends is df equals annual dividends. Let's go sum. There we go, just like before. All right, and now we do app dot dash, or no, I'm sorry, app equals, I think it's a capital, there we go, dash underscore name. So app dot layout. I'm gonna try to do this from memory, but I may need the help of ChatGPT. Okay, that looks right. HTML.div again, and I think we do this again. All right, then we go HTML H3, so it's a little bit bigger. And then we'll call it total. I forgot what it looked like on my previous videos, but total portfolio value, like that. And then we did like this. No, maybe like this. Style equals gray. No, style equals maybe like this. No, like this. And then like this. Color. Oh. And then gray like that. Oh, it's not yelling at me. And then you put it like that. All right, and now let's make this slightly bigger. by calling it. All right, so let's format it so it looks nice. So that should be the first thing we do. So let's go like that. I want a $sign. Oh, I hate this so much. I hate formatting the HTML strings. I'm gonna jack this up. I know it. I think that's it. Dot format. Pass it portfolio value. Okay, let's test it before we go too far. Class name equals left container. Oh, it doesn't like this at all. What did I do? No? Okay, let's get rid of that. That does not like that at all. Okay, so I have no errors. Hey, what's up, John? So I'm rebuilding my Dividend app because I had a laptop and the hard drive broke, like hard broke. So I have to rebuild it. And this is my first YouTube stream. All right, so let's test this out now before we go too far. Ooh, it doesn't like that at all. I already know it's wrong. There we go. Oh, now you have to actually run the app. So let's go to ChatGPT and let's just feed it the thing. All right. What the heck? I don't need all that. I just need the bottom part that tells you how to run it. I think it's just... All right, now it's stuck, probably because I'm trying to stream. So let's just go to the actual documentation. So let's go to Plotly dash documentation. Quick start dash in 20 minutes. Ah, that's what I'm looking for right here. All right, here we go. Paste. I think this is all we need to actually run it. There we go, perfect. So total portfolio value. So see this is in like a light gray and this is in a darker one here. This is kind of exactly what I wanted it to look like. So let's exit out of that. Stop that from running and then we can complete this part. So let's go html.h3 and copy and paste this. And then say total estimated dividends, style color gray. Let's copy and paste that. So now we want the oh man, I use ChatGPT for everything. Since I, we're self-taught, I have a hard time like with basic like string formatting, using date, time, some of the basics. And ChatGPT has helped me a lot with just that basic administrivia that sometimes I don't learn in formal classes. There we go. Estimated dividends. Let's run it again. All right, here we go. So total estimated dividends would be $39.30. So that is the total portfolio value of all the stocks that we were able to get using yahoo-finance. Dividend data. So we save this data frame right here using Python. So the total current value is 1,832.27 right here. And then the annual dividends is 39.30, which is what you see here. There we go. So that's a good start here. So let's end this right here and go back to our dividend tracker. So the next step gets a little crazy because we need to do some web scraping using Selenium. So I'm actually going to create a new file called sandbox. All right. And one of the more popular dividend websites, I think, is Koikin. That's the one I like. But let's go next payment date Apple stock. All right, dividend max. Okay, Koikin. That's the website I like. So what we need now, and that what we can't get from the... Oh, this isn't even on here anymore either. To be announced. But anyways, the next thing we need is the next dividend date for our stock. And so this says to be announced, which is very surprising. But let's see if we can find one for another stock. Koikin. This also says next dividend payment. That is strange to me. So I'm going to stay on this website and try CHRW to be announced. I wonder if they deprecated this next dividend payment since it's not in Yahoo Finance. I mean, I have a bunch of stocks. I don't know why I'm trying to remember it from the beginning, but CVS. Okay, so here's an example right here. August 1st, 2024. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could use the SEC for that. All right, so here we go. So what we're going to do is right click on this and then inspect. And then I don't know why I do this, but I do it like 10 times. And here we go. Now we got this data right here in the HTML of this website right here. So let's go in ChatGPT and say, let's stop this because it has stalled, and say, how can I get this element? So go back to the website and then copy, right click on it and say copy element. From this website. And then here we go. Oops. Go back here. Using Selenium. All right, welcome to the new viewers. I am rebuilding my Dividend app since my laptop crashed. So far, we've gotten all the current data and the annual dividends for our, and saved it to a separate Excel file. And we built a Dash app, a Plotly Dash app. And now I'm just waiting for my ChatGPT to work. So let me copy and paste this. It looks like ChatGPT is not working. So let's go back. There we go. All right, so I don't think this is updated because you don't need a path to Chrome driver anymore. And so I think if you go to my YouTube channel, here, content, I think I just did a new Selenium update. Here we go. Web scraping in there. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Yeah, see, this is the that's an awful place to pause. This is the code we need here. I have the paid ChatGPT, so I'm surprised that it is not updated. But anyways, so we will need to import Selenium. So file, settings, and this may take a little longer to install. John, you used to use the Selenium to hunt rand studies, or you're just saying use Python in general? I think Selenium is the fastest right now, right? Because if you use Beautiful Soup, you run the chance of dynamically loading websites. And I know you can add timers to it, but Selenium has all of that by nature, unless you know of something better than using Selenium. Oh, cool. So from Selenium, select Selenium, import. So we're going to need, of course, WebDriver. From WebDriver.chrome.options. We are going to import options. And this option is going to make it where we can kind of get around some of the websites, I guess. They add some blockers to automation. And so Selenium comes with some options that allows us to get around that. So service, we're going to import service as Chrome service. Is it? Yep. And then from WebDriver, is WebDriver? It's not. And I need to add the WebDriver.chrome import Chrome WebDriver. Go to File, Settings, and then import WebDriver. Is it not called WebDriver? I always forget. Because this isn't the right way to do it anymore. You don't need Chrome driver anymore. So let's see if it... So how to set up Selenium like this instead. Oh, there it is. Selenium WebDriver Manager. Yep, this is it right here. This is what I needed. So WebDriver Manager. So go back to PyCharm, File, Settings, add WebDriver Manager. Install package. Close. Okay. There we go. And then, yes, this is how we do it here. And I think now even this is old too. The driver right here is old. Driver equals WebDriver.chrome. Service equals service. Yeah. Sucks is you have to kind of get ChatGPT to get current sometimes. But we do need these right here. These options regardless. So let's copy and paste those. .chrome, import Chrome driver manager. Did I spell it right? Yeah, if I published it to GitHub, I wouldn't have to worry about all of this. It was on my list of things to do, but I just never did it. I don't know why. Here we go, Chrome driver manager. Also, welcome to the stream. From Selenium, what else have we? Oh, the WebDriver common. Nope, I did that wrong, didn't I? WebDriver, Selenium.WebDriver. Is it underscore common? Nope, dot common. I mean, I really don't need to add all of these yet. I'm sure we're gonna need time eventually. So add argument. What else is there? Headless. Disabled dev. Let's just start off with that. I don't know all the options I'm gonna need, and hopefully we won't get any errors. So driver, let's see if I have a better thing right here so my face isn't in the way. Here we go. So driver equals, I do need this, huh? This add argument. User agent. Well, let's try it without it. Sorry, chat. You have to see me doing this. But this is what programming's like. All right, so now we are going to ignore ChatGPT for now and go to here and go driver equals WebDriver.chrome. Service equals Chrome service. Chrome driver manager dot install. And if you're wondering why I'm going to this person's YouTube, that is me. That is my YouTube. I'm just referring to my own thing. This was on my laptop, unfortunately, or else I would just copy and paste this entire code block to get me started. But let's pass it the options. Options equals Chrome options, like that. I don't think you need to call them like that. I think you could just do that. One more. Yep, that's right. All right, now we pass it the URL that we're looking for, right? So URL is here. And now we want to find that element. So let's go here. What am I doing? Yeah, driver.get URL. So driver.get, pass it the URL. We don't need to do this, but I just like to do it. And now we're going to try and get this right here. So now this code should be what I need. Get rid of that code. Locate the element. Print the text of it. So the element equals driver.find the element by the selector. This is what we copy and pasted from the website. Yep. So let's run it and see what kind of errors we get. All right, so it ran it, but it opened the web page. So saying an invalid selector was applied. All right, so we definitely don't want to open the web page. So I thought we did headless, but let's go headless sandbox, headless, no sandbox, disable GPU. I do have headless though. Why didn't it? All right, so let's add some more arguments to here. For those just watching, I am trying to rebuild my Dividend tracker that I lost when my laptop hard drive crashed. And right now I'm struggling to use Selenium to find this element right here. So no sandbox. So go start maximized. Let's how to prevent driver from opening the web page. What Chrome options to prevent driver from opening the web? Yeah, I did put headless in there. Run in headless mode. Huh. It's still opening up the web page. Either way, it did not find that text. So let's go back to my YouTube channel and go back to, because we've already figured this out once, so we don't need to figure this out again. So the Dividend app, I believe it is, that's the mutual fund data. That's still Yahoo Finance. Oh, okay, maybe not. Maybe it was that video right there. That I need. So let's go back to that Selenium one. Just, you can go to settings, information, but until this web page loads, none of this exists, like right? It pulled NASDAQ from WebDriver, last time, Edge, Chrome, Server. Let's do that. And then let's use the NASDAQ website. So let's go NASDAQ, CVS, next dividend payment. So that shows the payment date versus the next dividend payment, but we could still use that because look, it pays on the 8th in August every month. So that might be beneficial. So let's try this instead. So inspect, inspect again. Copy element. And let's go like this. Nope, that's not it. So this did it by class name. So we should also do class name. So inspect, make sure we're in the right place. Copy. No, that's what we did. Copy element. See, this class name is table tell, and that kind of sucks because look at this is the, and then it has it in here, which is why I don't think I used Koikin anymore, or that's why I didn't use that anymore and I chose to use this one instead. But I think there's something weird about this as well because look, this class says text 2x1 leading, but I think if we collect this one right here, it's the same text 2l leading. Yeah. So let's go inspect. And let's look at to see if what this one is right here, this next dividend payment. All right, so this is the power of ChatGPT. So now we can do by class. Let's do this by class. And let's see if it does better. Nope. It's still got the same errors. Okay, so find element by class name. Element.text. All right, so let's check it again. Let's make sure we're selecting the right thing. Inspect. Copy element. Or maybe because it has that span.text in it, maybe it's just like that. Here we go. Let's try that. Nope, still got the error. So let's go back to ChatGPT. So this code is still opening up a web page and can't find the element. Oh, so it's telling us that that it's not even finding it yet. So now it's telling us that we can do the wait until that is available. So that's true. But first, before we do that, let's do 4 seconds and see if that helps. Nope. Yeah, see, I don't think that's the problem here. So let's get rid of that. So it's telling us to use more robust area, and it's telling us to use the CSS selector again. So let's try it real quick by CSS selector. Let's take out that. All right, now let's try the time the WebDriver wait and see if that works. Okay, let's replace that in the try block. So go like this. Let's back it up one. All right, let's make this on another line. I did not like that. Oh, because we got rid of the try. So let's go try that. There we go. And now let's put that on its own line. And now let's run it. Nope. Still does not like that at all. Huh. Well, this is not working out like I had hoped. All right, just looking over what I did in the past. Yeah, so it looks like the NASDAQ site was better, but that was before. But now the whole thing looks awful to me. So let's go the payment date. Huh. Yeah, that definitely looks different than what we did here. Class equals table cell, and then it has this kind of HTML here, which is not advisable. All right, well, unfortunately, you won't get to see that part of my code, but the idea was to get the next dividend date and then finish this code, but it doesn't look like we're gonna get there in today's stream. But we did get the current data, the current value, and the dividend rate for each of the stocks that we have in our Excel file. Then we save that to a separate Excel file called dividend data, right, which look like this. All right, and then we use that to create a Plotly dash like this. And then we created the total portfolio view and the total estimated dividends. So I think I'm going to call it for now, so you don't have to watch me fumble through Selenium. And then once I figure out the Selenium, we will come back and maybe finish this up as a stream. And thanks for watching. And if you're just watching this away from the stream, please leave a like and a comment and telling me things that you would have done better or changes to the code, or even tell me your favorite dividend stock. And thanks for watching. Goodbye, world.